If my life was filled with negative habits, staying up late, drinking sugary drinks every single day, eating shit food, this is what I would do step by step to change my life and to get into self-improvement. Yes, I know it's really all fluff and like, oh, getting into self-improvement seems very cringe. But no, that's not the case. Taking responsibility of your life, to understand the consequence of your action, that is being mature. So please stop thinking that self-improvement is just for not for the cool kids and you know you don't want to be a part of it. Self-improvement is a form of maturity because you want to grow, and that's the whole purpose of life, is to grow as a person. So let's start. So the first step that I would do to really restart my life is to gain clarity. Clarity on where your current reality is. And you must be brutally honest with yourself. So I'll rate the 5 pillars of my life out of 10. So the first pillar is your mission. So a mission is your academic achievement or your professional goals. Your second is knowledge or skills. So skills and knowledge that you want to acquire in your life. Are you learning something? Are you developing skills? The third one is your body. So your fitness, your health. How seriously are you taking it? Are you just eating junk food or just not even training and exercising, or are you really taking it seriously? So these are questions you need to answer. So the fourth one is your mind. Mental strength and your mental state is really important. Last one is love. So your relationship, your social circles, communities you're helping and contributing to. So I want you to write down on the paper these 5 pillars and rate yourself out of 10 and give a description of why you state that number. So if you say that your mission, and let's say you are a university student and you rate a 3, it shows that maybe you're not really starting the projects you want to start, you're slacking a bit in class, you're not giving your best foot forward, and that's a 3. But let's say for maybe your knowledge, you are actually pursuing a lot of other skills outside of school. So like coding, you're trying to learn coding on the side, you're trying to do learning the piano, and maybe it will be a 8 out of 10 because you're actually actively acquiring skills and like learning and executing to practice these skills. The third one is like your body. So how fit are you, and how much effort are you putting into improving your health? If you are a athlete, you're training really hard, you're making sure you're managing your diet and stuff, then you would be like a 9, a high 10. But if you're not, then you'll be opposite side of the spectrum, on the lower side. So please be brutally honest with yourself, because it's only when you gain clarity of where you are, then you know the path forward. So once you are done ranking and like describing your current state, now the second step is to identify the future, the version that you want to become. And I call it the vision. So what is your vision for yourself? So same 5 pillars, now write down what is your goal in 30 to 90 days. You please choose a short frame, or actually choose a frame that you feel comfortable with, because if you are a beginner starting out self-improvement, start small, and it must be something that you can manage. Not try to do some impossible ambition challenge, like being extremely ambitious and setting yourself a 1-year goal, and that is like quite unrealistic. Yes, maybe for those people who already got their fundamentals and basic good habits down, but for those who aren't really that into the fundamentals like good habits like journaling or like even taking care of their body, you should push your ego aside for now and tell yourself to stick to them fundamentals. I know of so many people who just skip these fundamentals, saying that I don't have to read books or I don't have to like take care of my body, bro. I just want to like hit this goal and shit like that. And then they don't, and then they complain why. Well, it's because of your fundamentals, your foundation isn't strong. You can't build a tall tower without a strong fundamental. So that's why stick to your fundamental. For this, set a goal, set a vision that you feel that you can achieve, that it will be challenging but that is manageable. Set it for your mission, knowledge, body, mind, and love. An example for your love would be to connect deeply with a certain person, certain loved one. For maybe your mind, it would be to develop a meditation routine or a nighttime routine to calm myself down. These are things and goals that are manageable and that you can achieve them, so that it will build up. Because when you finish this cycle and you continue to do this cycle again and again, it will increase and the goals that you set for yourself will compound, and there will be times in the future that you will achieve your wildest dreams. And you keep improving, but you have to start small and slowly build your way up. So once you set your vision, we go to on the third step, which is to set your habits. List down the habits and activities for each pillar. So each pillar, there can be many habits to achieve your goal. Let's say for your body, you want to be more fit, you want to gain muscle. Well, you can, and you want to be more like healthy. There is ways that you can. One way is to run, to cycle, to swim, to go rock climbing, to play basketball, to play sports, to play bowling. All this stuff. There's like so many ways. So list down activities that supports and aligns to each habit, to each pillar. We aren't here to like confine you to just one habit and which you must stick, because it's my belief that habits should be flexible. We shouldn't just commit ourselves to just one habit and just do it forever. We should learn to be flexible and change it. So maybe for your mind, there's many ways to attain the goal of being more calm. It could be through silent walks, it should be like calling a loved one, it could be journaling, reading. You need to find what suits you. Just list down habits and activities for each pillar. And on to the fourth one, which is to figure out the constraints that you have, the challenges that you will face throughout the journey towards the goals, because there will inevitably be challenges that you will face. On the journey to becoming more fit, there will be days where you just don't have time, you are more busy, and you need to think ahead, think into the future, what problem will arise and how are you going to manage them. So in this process, this part of the process, you need to identify your countermeasures. Like what measures would you take in order to counter those? So if let's say I'm really busy with work, like I foresee myself, having to stay back a bit to like finishing up a project, and what could I do to counter that? Like for me, in my case, I'm serving my military service, NS, and I am mostly busy in the weekdays. Only weekends are free. So that's why I need to structure my schedule in a way that help me support these missions, my pillars and my habits, even with such a constraint of NS and other commitments outside of NS. Yeah, so don't give yourself excuses saying like, oh, well, it just can't be done, because it can, but it is you that can choose to to believe that it can be done, and only your will to achieve it. And on to the last point, which is iterate. No matter how like well you write or plan out, you will bound to face a challenge where you need to change route. You need to redirect yourself, recourse, to then slowly achieve the goal in the end. You may plan for things to go smoothly and like potential challenges, but there will be unexpected things to come. So for this section, learn to iterate. Understand your energy level. There's days where you just feel like you have no energy. So what will you do then? Like how will you iterate to be flexible with your habits that you choose? So let's say for your body pillar, your fitness, maybe the default would be running because you love running. But what if there are days that it's raining and you don't want to get sick and stuff? And how will you iterate to help get through it too? So learn to always iterate your plans, and slowly you will be able to achieve the vision that you set for yourself. So the action point of this whole video is you need to start. There's no better time to start than now. Trust me, I've started self-improvement for the past 3 years, and I've never ever once regretted the decision. That decision was the best decision of my life, to cut negative habits out of my life and to focus on building a life that I'm proud of, and building myself into a person that I feel happy, a life that I feel happy in, to be able to be a strong individual, a loving individual for my partner, for my family. And don't get me wrong, the journey will be tough. There'll be days where you fail you over and over again, you question why the hell you're doing this. And well, remember your why. You want to be strong for your family, be strong for yourself, to become the best version of yourself. This is what is required: hard work and determination. But I know you got it. So please start. Don't ever doubt yourself. You got this, okay? Show yourself that you're an action taker and actually take action in whatever I say in the video. Remember to follow your north. Peace.